Guys, we have an absolute banger for you here today. I can promise you that. As we've got massive statements coming out about what the Fed is going to do soon, we've got Brad Garlinghouse over at Paris Week regarding an XRP ETF talking about it. Bank of International Settlements putting out a stablecoin report right after Ripple's recent stablecoin announcement. And also, guys, we've got talks from top experts, some clips there. We're going to talk about Ripple and their connection with American Express, Bank of America, and more. All we ever ask is if you do like talking XRP, XLM, digital assets, and more, you know what to do. Go ahead and drop an X in the comment section below. Smash that like button so we know, and share the content. Let others around the world know what is truly happening in this digital revolution. As we see Bank of International Settlements, BIS, right, publishes new stablecoin report following Ripple's recent announcement. Now, what I want to point out is that the paper mentioned not a single stablecoin thus far at this point in time has managed to maintain parity with the underlying asset at all times. Now, stablecoin holders should have the confidence of the issuer's ability to ensure, here's the key part, timely redemptions. Now, what does Ripple have that no one in the industry does? And I'm talking about Tether. And why are they going to take a massive amount of market share from Tether, from USDC? Well, they have good rapport with international banks, and they have the ability to actually show their balance sheet, what they have in cash reserves, whereas Tether, that hasn't always been the case. And there's been some shadiness in the past where Ripple has always been transparent. Despite what the fudders will tell you, they have always been transparent, and we see that with their quarterly reports. Now, check this out, guys. Just in here today, $4 trillion asset manager State Street says Federal Reserve will cut interest rates by 50 basis points by June, 150 basis points by end of 2024. Well, what is that going to do? Obviously send the market roaring. Two things that have been holding this market back in a big way. One, regulatory clarity, which what do we have with XRP? We have the only digital asset with actual regulatory clarity. But number two, we have interest rates. And so if we can cut interest rates by 50 basis points and 150 basis points, 50 basis points by June, this market is going to send. And once we get into altcoin season, things are going to look great. Now, one of the most bullish facts regarding the partnership of Ripple and Bank of America. Listen to this quote. Bank of America is a huge partner of Ripple. And this is a direct quote. Bank of America stands to gain really big when the settlement happens, because they're going to have a huge competitive advantage over their competitors using ODL, on demand liquidity, which is a service that Ripple has provided them with. Now, in the marketplace, this came out in Ripple Swell 2022. This is what I keep telling you guys. This is why the fireworks are going to go off once the SEC is fully out of the way and we have the green light 100%, because the partnerships are there. They are ready to make it happen. Now, it seems, this is a quote, like the real reveal is coming soon. Check this out.
Today it's quite loud in here, so I apologize. First thing is, I met with Brad Garlinghouse face to face, and Brad was so confident. He's got an air of confidence about him that's unbelievable. I met Brad first in 2019 back in Singapore, and he's even more confident today than he was back then. He made it clear that they're ready to settle with the SEC as long as they can get clarity on XRP. I asked him if American companies were waiting on the sidelines to jump in the game once clarity happens, and he said absolutely. And he specifically said Bank of America. Bank of America is a huge partner of Ripple, and he said Bank of America stands to gain really big when the settlement happens, because they're going to have a huge competitive advantage over their competitors by using ODL in the marketplace. So Brad is very, very bullish. When asked what motivates Brad every day, Brad just said, I want to put a dent in the universe. We've heard that from Naveen Gupta, and Brad has the same philosophy. So that was fantastic. That was my one-on-one with Brad.
So with that being said, guys, why is Ripple so important to this whole new financial system? Well, because they are working directly with the biggest international banks in the world, the likes of Bank of America. No one can deny that. Anyone that doesn't see the writing on the wall and what is going to happen here once we finally get a SEC out of the way is simply clueless. I don't know how you could not see what is coming. Now Black Swan Capitalists puts out, it's surprising how only a few realize Ripple's protocol is already integrated in every major global payment system. We are already essentially tied to the financial system, and we are going to be the new rails. But he moves on to say, as for all these projects and developments, they're riding on those original rails thanks to interoperability. And yeah, that includes stablecoins. This is why I say people don't understand, I think, at this point, the masses, right? Many of my subscribers that I've talked to do understand, and I'm going to put a pinned comment below with my Telegram if you want to come in there and talk to us about it. It's absolutely free, but don't understand how big the fact that we are getting into the stablecoin market is, for several reasons. But Ripple XRP on the cusp of a massive supply shock to $3, a price of $3 as massive XRP burn is expected. I want to point out this part right here. According to an update on X, Sologenic, the influx of XRP tokens onto its network has been remarkable. Within 2 weeks, the total number of XRP tokens on Quorum has surged by an astounding, check this out, 2,703%, reaching a remarkable tally of 1.6 million tokens. Absolutely beautiful. As we move on, I want to show this local currency into XRP and then XRP settling the ledger. Check this out, guys. We recently talked just yesterday about how big Tranglo is and how Ripple does own 40% of that business. Check this out.
Transition and segue to why we're so excited about the Tranglo partnership. Because a product we've developed called on-demand liquidity, ODL, is the ability for this process that we've been describing of transferring money across borders to speed up, to have the costs come down, the security be about as good as you can have it, and be something that's even environmentally friendly to do it. And so we feel very strongly about this. And one of the things that we're going to work closely with our partners at Tranglo on is developing that across corridors. So if you think about ODL, and the notion of transferring money, say, to the Philippines, which is one of the first corridors that we're going to work with Tranglo on, among several to come, it is a much quicker process. So the notion of transferring local currency into XRP, and then XRP settling across the ledger to another jurisdiction or country and immediately being paid out, the friction that takes out of the system is incredible, and we think is the future of how money can be transferred quickly. And Jackie and the team, and our teams are working closely daily with steercos. Our teams are synced up, making this a reality. So we're very excited about where these use cases we've been talking about go in the future around ODL. And it does make it very interesting. Yes, we're talking about remittances and consumers, but clearly small businesses moving money across borders. There's also very compelling arguments there as well. Transition and segue to what
clearly, what is the future of payments? Are we going to go back to the horse and buggy, or are we looking to get into a Ferrari with ODL services like what Ripple has to offer? I think that's very obvious the direction we are going. What Swift has going on right now just flat out doesn't make sense for anyone. And the world of finance, as we digitize and decentralize, is going to be moved on ledgers like this that can make it happen instantaneously. Now, just in, Fidelity spot Bitcoin ETF now holds over 10 billion worth of Bitcoin BTC. Like I've been telling you guys for a long time now, guys, Fidelity, BlackRock, and others are not day traders. They are not swing traders. They buy, they hold, they accumulate. If you think this bull run is even even close to remotely over, you're completely wrong. We haven't even got into altcoin season, where we're going to see explosions happen very shortly. Now, Paris Blockchain Week obviously is happening right now. I want to pull up this direct quote from Brad Garlinghouse. It says, "It's not about the 100,000 developers already working in Web3. It's about the 20 plus million developers who are yet to work on Web3. That's truly exciting." Now, this industry is not going away. It's events like Paris Blockchain Week that keep growing for a reason. And we wonder why he says the market is going to double this year. And I think that is honestly a minimum, because what we have on the sidelines with not just international banks about to come in a big way, but developers. Developers want to come in, work on XRPL. Now, lastly, I do want to pull this up. I put a short out today. I do apologize. The quality of this video didn't come out great, but you need to listen closely to what Brad Garlinghouse's statements, and watch it twice if you have to, but what he is saying, which he is alluding 100% to an XRP ETF. I want to leave you with that, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Of course, I'll leave my Telegram, my Twitter, and a pinned comment below. Thank you all so much for your support. I'll leave you with this one.
I told David this backstage. When friends of mine ask me, hey, I want to invest in crypto, how should I do that? I always say, like, invest in a basket. I'm not saying just buy Bitcoin or just buy XRP. I'm saying you want to invest in a basket and have diversification. So, look, I think there will be other ETFs. Unfortunately, I think it's going to take a little bit of time because the United States SEC is fighting that. But I think one of the things that people don't fully understand, that they haven't really paid attention to, in the United States, there's only two cryptos that have regulatory clarity. Bitcoin, and because of the fight we have with the courts, XRP has regulatory clarity that it's not a security. And so that is, I think it's a differentiator. I think it does matter. But to answer your macro point, look, there will be other ETFs in the United States. Hard to predict the timelines. I don't know how hard Gary Gensler and this SEC will fight. I told
It's coming, my friends. I will see you all in the next one.